Take a look at this, a 1929 Stutz Bearcat. George Moore, huh? Not a Bearcat, but a Stutz.
It's a Stutz, yeah.
Randy Beach, how are you? Where are you going?
Very good.
He wants to run away and see it. When I walked in here at the 12th Annual Great Adirondack Car Show, Craft Show, Garage Sale, Randy ran right up and said, there's 2 vehicles you have to see, and that 1929 was one of them, right?
Yep. Yeah.
That's George Moore?
That's George Moore's, yeah.
And what was the other one? I'll take a look at it.
The other is this 1914 Model T Depot Hack.
Isn't that amazing?
They're beautiful.
So how many cars are here so far? Do you know, Randy?
Not quite sure. We're expecting over 100 without any trying, and the way they're coming in, we may hit 200.
This is fantastic. This is a good venue here, Randy.
Excellent.
What did you bring? Any of your own?
Just the 20 Dodge.
Of course you did. That's great, Randy. See you later.
Thank you, Gordy.
Right. Again, this is the 12th Annual Great Adirondack Car Show, Craft Show, Giant Garage Sale. It's on the 19th of June 2010 at the Crate Center. The venue used to be at the Clinton County Fairgrounds years ago, and we had a lot of fun doing it there. But if they have over 100 cars here today, I think if you like antique cars, you're going to get an eyeful. So stay with us on this beautiful June day. Oh, God, keep talking, he says. Oh, here comes the Stutz. Take a look at it. You may not ever see another car as beautiful as that, unless it's the Lozier or some other. Gene, how you doing?
Very good. And you?
Well, what do you think so far?
This is good. We got some different ones here that we've never had before.
Well, you know, we're taking a look at that Stutz.
Yeah.
Look at that Stutz coming in here.
Randy Beach talked to him to get here.
Randy ran over and told us about it.
Yeah.
He said the car's not here yet. George is here, but the car's not here.
Yeah.
Just as he said that,
the car
we looked over his shoulder and it came in.
You got to go over there and look at. There's a pink Chevy over there with the old bicycles. They had them on the top. Yeah, like you still see them on the top of it. You got to see that one.
Really?
That one is nice.
Well, we got to see about 98 other cars too, Jay.
That was a nice pickup truck, though. That's probably the nice. I really like that one.
This is wonderful. You spent a long time getting ready for this event, didn't you?
I was here at 6:30, and then we were here yesterday for a couple hours getting it set up.
It takes a while to plan on it, to invite these people. People have to know about the event ahead of time.
Yep. The Chamber of Commerce and Jody at the Chamber worked on it very hard. We did a lot of advertising. We went to different shows and handed out our brochures to get these people to show up. Like I say, we got different new ones here this year.
You know, it's hard to believe that this has been done for 12 years.
In 12 years. We started at the fairgrounds on the track.
Can you...
I started it. Helped start it there.
You did?
Yeah.
12 years ago when you were only 17?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I wish I was.
Yeah. But you know what? You can never forecast what the weather's going to be.
Oh, my God.
We've had some rainy days in the past.
Yep.
But this one is absolute perfection. It'll be close to 90 degrees.
Yep.
Calvin and Gordy will be doing a little sweating. Gene's a skinny guy, so he probably won't sweat at all.
Good day to have a car show.
But
Good day for everybody
they're coming from quite a ways away, aren't they?
Vermont. We got quite a few from Swanton. There's a car club that's got 4 of them over here from Swanton.
Really?
Yes.
That's
I know so far.
And we probably have some from downstate, other counties. I don't know where else.
There's Vermonters, downstates. There's quite a few all from all different areas.
Now, is this a competition, Gene?
There's a judging class, but the peers judge their own classes.
Oh, I see.
So they pick out the best that they like in their class.
You know, that's a good way to do it. I've been asked to be a judge before, and I was glad to help, but I hated to do it because it was so hard to choose, and I'm not an expert.
We don't judge them ourselves. We let the peers judge them, and they drop off the ballots to us, and that's how we pick a winner.
This has got to be one of the biggest antique car shows in this area.
Yeah, the cruisers have a big show, but ours is, so probably 2 or 3 shows in the whole area in Plattsburgh, and this is getting bigger all the time. We're working on it.
This is a major annual event for the Plattsburgh North Country Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
And it seems to me that it gets bigger every year. I don't know. Maybe I get bigger every year.
Well, we have a garage sale, craft and garage sale, which you can see all those tents over there, and that's how to draw the people in.
Come on, it's not the cars, it's the crap. Oh.
You got to have them both together. That's what draws the people in
It's a good idea to do all those things together.
Yeah,
so there's a lot of stuff here in the grounds, Gene, and we hope to take a good look around. Thanks for stopping and saying hello.
Okay.
See you later, buddy. Gene Chauvin, while you're here, I want to talk about that wonderful Babby's Rural Learning Museum out in Peru. You like that, don't you?
Oh, that's back in my roots. That's what I love. I'm a farm boy. I was brought up on the farm. I'm a farm boy.
And as part of the grand opening ceremony, before they had the official ribbon cutting, they presented a couple of checks, a personal check from you and from Chauvin's, from the insurance agency to the organization. That's about as good a contribution as you can make for something like that, isn't it?
Well, it's something I truly love and is dear to my heart, so I don't have a problem doing it.
Have you known Leeward Babby for a long time?
I've known Leeward quite a while, yes. I've known Rick Lauren and Leeward Babby a long time, so yes.
So you like the concept?
I like the concept. I like the farm museum type thing. Myself, I've got about 8 antique tractors, so I'll fit
you got 8 tractors now?
8, yeah. Yes,
he had about 15 of his there, plus I don't know how many other people had tractors there. You didn't bring one of your tractors there, did you?
I was away for that weekend, but no, I didn't make it. But otherwise, I'll be there next time.
It's pretty special. It's I've been to other rural farm type country museums. This is one of the best, and I guess we're biased because we know those guys so well.
Well, he's got a little bit of everything out there besides just the farm equipment. He's got the horses, and he's got the barn, and so he's in a little chicken coop. So he's showing the whole thing as a farm would be, an old antique running farm.
Boy, when I walked into that little milk house, I said, "Oh boy, does this bring back memories?"
Yeah, it does. That's for sure.
For me, we love to promote things like that. It's part of what makes this North Country unique and special and separate from every other place.
Yes. Yeah. The milk house was different. That's when men were men, when they pulled the milk can out of the tank. That's when men were men.
Believe me, that's where I got some of the first muscles I ever had.
Yes,
right
you
there.
do. Yeah.
Gene, thanks so much for being with us. Have a great day.
You too.
See you later. What a beautiful, absolutely beautiful June day it is.
Yes, it is.
It's gorgeous.
A little warm, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, so far so good. Who are you?
Chip Button from Lake Clear, and this is my wife, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy and Chip.
How you doing?
You got the gear right down pat here.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's getting warm, very close to 80 degrees already. He says, I'm already stripping down. Maybe we'll find an old-fashioned T-shirt underneath that.
Well, we did bring something to change into, just in case.
Well, you're starting out fresh and good-looking. This vehicle, Randy Beach told us we had to come over here. And I have never seen this vehicle like this in my life. What is it?
It's a 1914 Model T depot hack. And that was built to go to the train station to pick up passengers. That's what it was there for.
Young people today don't even know what a hack is, let alone a depot hack.
Yeah.
This is a pretty cut-and-picking, unique vehicle. Randy says, I've got the catalog where he bought it. Randy Beach does. How long have you owned it?
I've had it about 3 years. My dad built it and completely restored it, did all the woodwork on it.
Come on.
And I got the car about 3 years ago, and I've been driving it actively for the last 2 years. And we drive it. We drive it a lot.
Yes.
Do you really?
Any sunny day on the weekend, we go for a ride.
Well, we drove from Lake Clear Junction this morning.
Yeah, we drove in this morning.
We left at 7:30, got here 20 after 9.
No birds joined you inside?
I don't worry about them inside. It's outside what they do.
So your dad obviously did a perfect job.
He did a beautiful job on it.
How did he ever find a vehicle like this?
He had collected parts for many, many years. We used to have a basement full of them. And
sounds like my house.
He wanted to build a brass car. He had several other cars. He's been here before with some of his other cars. And he always wanted the brass car, so he built this and liked it because it is a little unique. And he knows the business, or knew the business. He's no longer with us. But That's why I'm here. I want to win one for him. You
The
know?
legacy lives.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
He won here a number of times with other cars
Yes.
of his.
No kidding. Well, this, I've never seen anything like this. I've read about it and heard about it. How many are in existence?
We don't know. There are a few of them around. It's not 100% one of a kind, but there are different years. And there are a few of them around, but a lot of people don't like them because they're a little extra work with the woodwork, and
Yeah.
you know, you gotta love it to want to keep up with it, you know, and you have to keep up with it. It's a lot of work to keep clean and polished and look the way it should, but that's the way he wanted it, and that's the way I keep it.
Tell me a little bit about it. How big is the engine?
It's got a 20 horsepower, 4-cylinder Ford in it.
No kidding.
Yes.
Hey, we can cruise at 40.
We cruise very comfortably at 40.
No kidding.
Sometimes I got to hold her back because she wants to run about 45.
Ooh. Ooh.
But you got bicycle tires on it, so you got to keep that in mind. She gets a little interesting to drive much past 45.
These are wood spoke wheels.
Yes, they are.
Interesting to see.
They are original wood spoke wheels, 100%.
Come
yes. on. No, they are. If you look at them, you can see they've got age to them. They've been, you know, restored, but they're the original fellows. Yes.
Yeah? Wow.
Yes.
So you don't know who owned this car originally?
This car, he found the chassis and the motor, basically the whole car intact, less the body, as far as framework goes and running gear, in a field in Florida. And there was no body left to it.
Is it the way it always goes? In a field in Florida?
Yeah, and he put it together and built the car. He and a friend of his did all the work, and they did a beautiful job on it. I do woodwork, so I can appreciate it.
Oh.
Yeah, and I do woodwork for a living, so that's why I wanted this car.
It's easy for you to rub that beautiful wood and make it shine, and you.
Oh, we try to anyway.
You know what? We're thrilled that both of you came up here today to show us
We
this
wouldn't
car.
have missed it.
We're thrilled
we
to
wouldn't
be
have
here.
missed it. It was fun.
Like I said,
half the fun was getting here.
This is a special trip for me because I wanted to come down and bring one of my dad's cars back.
Isn't it wonderful?
So, and with Father's Day coming up, it just was fitting.
That's right. Tomorrow is
Yes.
Father's Day.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a perfect story.
Yeah, well,
I love it.
we enjoy it. We really do.
Thank you so much, both of
thank
you,
you.
for being here.
Thank
Have
you
a
for
wonderful
having
day.
us. We're going to do that.
See you later.
Thank you very much.
Bill Leach from Morrisonville, and you're Bill Jr.?
Close to a junior. Not exactly a junior.
Different middle name, Bill?
Exactly.
but you don't live here. Your dad lives in Morrisonville, though.
That's correct.
And he took off. We wanted to talk to him. Kelvin knew him from way back when as a big basketball star from St. Mary's years ago. This may be the most interesting vehicle here today. Where did he find it?
I know it was local here. They bought it. It was where they located it was in a barn, I believe.
Underneath the hay.
Yeah, covered in hay and stuff like that. And they sort of pulled it out and did the bare minimum just to get the engine running, and that's basically how it was found.
Is that a short time ago or a long time ago?
No, I think it's just within the last year.
Do you think he'll try to restore it, or will he?
I think initially his thought process was to restore it, but I think as time goes by here, I think he's enjoying it in the original state. So with it running and everything now, other than making sure it's structurally strong, I don't know that he's going to do much with it.
You know, the most amazing part of it is these bodies were so tough. Can you imagine when you consider it's, what year is it, 1930?
It's 1930.
30, and that's 7 years before I was born, so you know it's got to be old. So did you drive down here with him, or did you?
I actually drove the other Model A. The other one there is his also.
Oh, it is, next to it. And is that what year is that
That's
one?
a 1930 also.
It is?
Yep, that one he picked up from down near East Greenbush area. It was already restored, an amateur restoration on it, a pretty decent job, and so that was his first one, and then he purchased this one
Anybody that was around in 1930 or a few years after that is familiar with this vehicle, but I dare say it's the only one in this condition that'll be here at the Great Adirondack Antique Auto Show today. This is absolutely wonderful. Bill, thanks so much for saying hi to us.
Oh, no problem at all.
Say hi to your dad. We'll catch up with him maybe sometime today.
All right, nice talking with you.
See you later. You too. Oh, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful car. George Moore, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
You didn't drive this all the way up here from home. I saw you on the back of the flatbed. Tell me about this car, George. It's beautiful.
I bought it from over in Vermont, south of Orange. That fellow over there that had all the Stutzes and all the little buildings around there. And they came from all over the world to Christie's auction there to buy them. All Stutz fire trucks, or at least one fire truck, and beautiful Stutz. He had them there, and then when he and his wife passed away, they sold them. It was kind of an interesting situation. He'd been living like, he and his wife had been living like, hermits. Are poor people there.
Really?
When they went into his building after he passed away, there were gold bars and bullion under the floorboards of the old school.
Stories don't really happen like that, do they?
It did,
Isn't
yeah.
that amazing?
Yes. Somebody here, I think Randy Beach has got the catalog on that auction. He's got it here with the pictures of the cars. He had collected Stutz for many years. So it was interesting. So we got it and we started fixing it, but I was real busy with my business and didn't take the time to get. You have to bird dog the parts to get it going. So a local guy there, Chuck Jarvis in Kiesel, did most all the work for me. And Mr. Vogue, he's from Germany. He lives in Port Kent. He came over here to work in leather at the factory in Kiesel. Then he stayed here, retired here, and he is the best leather worker that I have ever seen. And he made the top and the leather for the seats and the trunk. The trunk is real special. Everything is absolutely perfect, meticulous. The paper covering, waterproof paper covering inside the trunk had to be exactly the right kind.
No kidding.
2 shades. He went to Vermont and got that, and he sewed the leather straps several layers so that they're very pliable and very nice. We've been a long time on it, but I'm really happy. This is the first time we've shown it.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know Randy was so excited he couldn't even contain himself. And he was talking about you, George, and your car, and just then you were driving in, so it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
So what year is it, a 29?
29 Stutz.
Polished it. Wanted it painted, but I started cleaning it, and it
just
came out
absolutely
so clean.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It started came out so
What
good.
kind of shape was it when you started?
It looked very much like this, except it was old. It wasn't restored or anything. If Randy is that Randy Beach?
Look over the shoulder. I should have known.
Randy, tell him something about that guy. What was his name over in Vermont?
Show Calvin.
A.K. Miller.
Don't show Gordy, show me.
A.K. Miller was the guy.
And it was South Orange, Vermont.
Yep.
And this little town, he would go, he was a very interesting character. He would go to the grain store and get the sweepings and make bread and to save money, and he'd get the dented cans. All the time he had millions of dollars.
It's way too good to be true,
I can
George.
read the articles. They're in here.
Yeah.
No, I
article.
believe you. I'm being facetious, but it's a wonderful story, isn't it?
Yes, I like there were a lot of cars there. This is the one that took my eye. They call it a dual cowl Phaeton. See the
Phantom, oh yeah, with a beautiful privacy glass in the back, and just absolutely great leather work you've had done on these seats.
Mr. Volk, he's the very, very best down in Port Kent. He and his wife I can never say her name. It's a German name, but they do beautiful, beautiful work.
Is it fun to drive, George?
I can't drive anymore. That's the only trouble. I can't see good anymore, so I have to have somebody else drive me.
So you can sit in the back seat and get directions.
Yeah, that's right.
So you've owned it for how long, George?
About 13 years, I think.
Have you really?
Randy?
1996.
1996.
Yeah,
96,
September
2006. How long ago was the auction?
It was fall of 96, so it's 15 years almost.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. It's a great vehicle.
It was worth it. I'm glad we got it so as to show it before I am gone.
Wouldn't it be nice if we could set up a drag race for this afternoon? With George in the back with a whip, say, yeah.
Well, this baby would roll, I'll tell you.
Oh, I bet you would roll. Is it a straight 8?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
the last use of this, they had a spotlight on it, used it for a fire chief's car.
No.
There's a light that went on here, but people said I really shouldn't put that on. It looks too much like a police car. But that was the last use of it. Does it show the picture of the light on there?
No, it doesn't show the light in the old picture.
I thought it did.
Where did you have it painted here too?
Yes, Chuck Jarvis.
Chuck did it?
Chuck here. There's Chuck here. Right over there. Chuck, and you're Chris, right? This is Chuck's son, Chris.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, I know Chuck real well. He's the best. It's a beautiful job. Good. We're going to move around, look at some other vehicles.
Okay,
George,
well, good talking.
Thanks so much for spending a minute with us. Have a great day, will you?
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Okay, Rand.
Bye.
This is Dan Hamilton's 1939 Buick Special. Interesting to me because I love this vehicle, love this model. I was 2 years old when this car was built. I was coming north on the Northway heading for the Crate Center earlier today. We're doing this on the 19th of June 2011. There's this 2010. I want it to be 2011 already. Coming up the Northway, and there's this Buick in front of me doing about 36 miles an hour using hand signals with very dim tail lights. You remember when we had 6-volt electrical systems in cars, and so I determined that we would just take a nice picture of it and look at this beautifully restored 39 Buick at the Antique Car Show. The 12th annual Great Adirondack International Car Show at the Crate Center this year, and we're glad to be here. Oh yeah, we saw the Thunderbird coming in. We like the color. Peter McAvee, right?
Yes.
From Lake Placid?
Lake Placid.
Great to have you down here today. How was it driving down?
Well, we ran into a snowstorm in Keene. That slowed us down.
Yeah, can you?
We got here a little late.
That can happen. Don't laugh. There was frost a couple of days ago somewhere.
Mary Perry is from Watertown.
Mary, come on over and say hello. How are you?
I lived in Clayton 37 years.
No.
Worked for U.S. Customs, Thousand Island Bridge, 28 years.
When did you move to Clayton?
When did I move to Clayton?
Yeah.
1966.
No kidding. Well, see, I was there long before that. That shows you how much older than.
Wow.
My dad was a Methodist minister in Clayton, Reverend Russell Little, for many years in the 50s, and I lived in Clayton and Alex Bay, and so everything's connected.
You're right.
Watertown, what are you doing here, lady?
I must be an idiot, but I love these things.
She ran the Greater Watertown Chamber of Commerce over 30 years.
Did you
Yeah.
really?
Mm-hmm. Had a great time.
Member of the USO in world history, 68 years.
You pay this guy for this kind of publicity, right there? That's wonderful.
Yeah,
She sits now on 9 boards of directors and is secretary of the Rotary Club, the biggest service club in Jeff County. She's busier now than when
and in her spare time.
I go to Lake Placid and I learned to cross-country ski.
Isn't that amazing and wonderful? Well, you know, we think this Plattsburgh North Country Chamber of Commerce does a pretty good job here, too. Of course, you've met Gary Douglas.
No, I haven't been up to...
You haven't met Gary?
No, my son was stationed here at Plattsburgh Air Force Base. In fact, he retired from here.
No kidding.
He was in the Air Force 24 years. Before that, he was in the Navy in Vietnam for 4 years.
Oh my goodness.
So he had 28 years in.
How come such a great attraction for old vehicles here?
Oh,
Just because?
I think it's just because it's pretty.
Isn't it great? This is about as pretty as it gets.
Yes.
I know what
it's the most collectible of all the birds, 57.
It rides
because of the
beautifully.
porthole window, the exhaust comes out the bumper, 58s had tailpipes, and the fins on the 55 and 6s were parallel to the ground. These are go up and out.
Aha!
That's what makes it the most collectible.
And this was the original color.
Yeah.
Did you paint it?
Nope, I bought it from the mayor of Holly Hill, Florida.
No, here we go. The mayor of Holly Hill, Florida, Peter.
This car and the mayor dedicated the new bridge from Holly Hill to Daytona Beach about 9 years ago.
Everything's got a story, right?
Everything has a story. Yep.
It's great to know the provenance, as they say on the Antiques Road Show.
That's right, and you know, that's one of them.
Oh, is this your only car, Peter?
No, I have a real car at home.
I meant antiques.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the only antique
is
he
it?
has. Yeah.
I've got a bunch of little miniatures like this.
Have you always favored Thunderbirds?
Since 1956, when my father's best friend bought a powder blue 57 bird. I've been in love with them ever since.
Isn't that amazing how those fascinations began?
How they stay.
And they stick with you.
They stay.
Do you take this to a lot of shows, Peter?
Yep. 2 summers ago, we took it to 4 shows. We won 4 trophies.
Well, that's about as good as it gets.
I mean,
this is our first show this year. I missed the one in Lake Placid on Memorial Day.
In your hometown?
Yeah. But Doug Hoffman runs the big show in September, Labor Day weekend.
Yes.
26 years he's been doing it.
Isn't that amazing?
I've won trophies almost every year there.
That'll be a good one. You really have your tan worked out by then, won't you?
Right. You're right.
Well, you know what? We love your car. Mary, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Well, it's fun, and I was anxious to get back to Plattsburgh and see a little bit of it again.
It's a good town.
It is. Yeah.
So is Watertown.
Oh, you bet.
See you guys. See you later, folks.
Figured when we retired, we'd leave, but then, you know.
It's going to be on the internet, too. Boy, you don't see retractable hardtops very much these days. Who are you?
Mr. Fredette, Orville G. Fredette, Plattsburgh.
How are you, Orv?
I'm going to be 72.
I know. I didn't ask you how old you are, but it's nice of you to say that because I'm a year older than you are.
Okay.
Now, you've had this Fairlane since when?
1958.
Now, you were 19 years old.
Senior in high school.
And how did you happen to come upon this car? You buy it brand new?
It was a year old when I bought it.
Yeah.
If you remember, years ago, Route 3 was only cattails.
Oh, I remember. There's still a few cattails left.
Well, at one time, Mr. I'm trying to think of his name, George Hubble. You remember George Hubble?
Do I remember George Sr., you mean? Yes.
Yes, George Sr.
Yeah.
He had a little garage there.
Oh, yeah.
And I was coming back from Scholar Falls, and I seen it that night. And so the next morning I went down, and I asked him, I said, who owns that car? He said, the bank owns it. I said, the bank? He goes, yeah, you can't buy it from me. So I went to the bank, and I bought it from the bank as a repossessed.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I paid $900. I thought it was
big money back in that. Back in those years, it was big money.
I paid $900 for it, and it was a year old.
And so what have you had to do to the vehicle to keep it?
Well, I had to keep it. I kept it in the garage.
Yeah, that helps.
I hasn't seen any snow since I got out of the service.
Yeah.
The red was done in 1972.
No kidding.
The white, I just had the white done about a year ago. Put a water pump in there. I put new radiator, new brakes, new gas tank. That's it.
No. The motor for the retractable still works good?
Everything works perfect.
Come on.
I haven't done nothing to it. Nothing.
After 53
years.
Oh my goodness, no kidding.
Yep.
And is this your only old car or this?
That's the only one I got.
You've had it?
Yep.
Since you were a kid, so you're attached to it.
Yep.
I just love it. I don't know, how many years did they make the retractable top?
3 years, 57, 58, and 59.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
It's amazing that they still operate, really.
Yeah. Of course, I got a friend of mine that's, he knows about everything there is electronics. So if I have a little teeny problem, I bring it to him. And
call up and say, help!
Exactly.
You've done a great job, Orville. Good to see you.
All right, it's been nice seeing you.
Keep smiling, will you?
We'll try it up.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Okay.
Hey. Well, we had to stop and take a look at this beautiful Ford truck. What's your name again?
Gilles Bouchard.
Gilles?
Yeah, I'm from Saint Julie, South Shore of Montreal in Quebec.
How did we guess? How do you think we guessed? You've got that beautiful accent. How long have you had this car?
Well, I had this truck about for 7-8 years.
Did you do the work, or was it already done?
Yeah, I did the work, yeah. Little at the time every year, you know, always on the road, but every winter, work on it.
What did it look like when you first bought it?
Oh, I bought it was already done, but bad shape, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been done a long time ago then, huh?
Yeah, that's it. It was done in the 70s.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it this color?
No, was not. That's my wife color. She was supposed to drive it, and then she don't want to drive. I have a power window, power steering, power brake, everything, and she don't want to drive. She's scared.
Now, this is originally a 1941 Ford truck.
Yeah.
And it had been restored by the time you got it, so you got a...
Yeah.
What have you got for an engine in it?
Got the 350 Chevy.
That's enough to get you here in about half an hour if you wanted to.
Yeah, 350 Chevy, but I have lots of stuff from the 60, you know. Cal Custom valve cover and old stuff.
It's really pretty. And how about the bicycles? Was that your idea?
Yeah. Yeah, I want sometime ride the bicycle, go with the bicycle, but when the bicycle look too young, you know, too early, that's no good. So those bicycles, they're very old. The 50 Schwinn and the other one is a 46 Stelberg.
Isn't that horrendous? Those old bicycles are getting to be worth some money these days too.
Oh yeah. I redone took me a winter for the two bicycles.
Did it really? They both look beautiful, just like the truck does. So, how many shows do you go in every year? Lots?
Oh, I go everywhere. You know, I was 3 months in Florida with this last winter.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
I was at the Turkey Run. I rode there with I pulled a trailer. You know, same color. A small trailer like a Scamp, same color. I went over there. I'm going to be back next year again in Florida.
Oh, really? You like that idea?
Oh, yeah. I go all over with this.
3 months in Florida in the wintertime's not a bad deal.
That's good. That's good. It was cold, but was not the same weather like here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this your only old car, old vehicle?
No, I have a 41 Dodge Coupe Canadian too.
No kidding.
Yeah. And I have a motorcycle. They call that how I can say, I make like an Indian, 1940 Indian with a spring fork.
Oh boy!
I make this with a Kawasaki Drifter.
Did you really?
A 99, yeah. I do lots of things.
That's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
This is just a hobby with you then, right?
I have my home shop in Quebec.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do street rod, you know, custom work, custom paint, lots of things. Yeah, everything.
You've done a beautiful job with this vehicle.
Thank you.
It certainly catches attention. People must jerk their head around when you're coming down the highway.
Yeah, on the highway, people, they always try to take a picture, you know. So I have to be careful when I want to move, you know.
I think that's great. Great to meet you. Thanks for coming down here today. Good luck.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
What a beautiful sunny day it is on the 19th of June 2010. There, I got the right year. And we're at the Great Antique Auto Show down at the Create Center. 12th annual put on by the Plattsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce. And there are some really oddball vehicles here. A tow truck with a keg, Calvin. What do you think of that, buddy? Oh, I'll tell you, and we got a Cadillac right behind that. That's Maybelline.
I think this idea is kind of from the St. Bernards. You know, they come with the flask around their neck, and this is.
That would work for me. Imagine it could get up the side of a mountain. Remember the old Chuck Berry tune with Maybelline? Yeah, we could sing a few choruses, but that would be the end of the show.
I thought there were more syllables in Maybelline.
I think so, but you're only allowed eight things on your license plate, so there you go.
Even if you own a Cadillac.
Yeah, even if you own a Cadillac, you may be able to put one plate above the other. It's interesting, that person next to him with a Schwinn bike on the back, that's a very interesting theme. There, as Randy and the other Gene said, there is quite a variety of vehicles here as I look around. A lot of things going on down at the Crate Center. Of course, in the course of our little corner program, we're not able to show you every vehicle and talk with every person, but some folks are kind enough to say hi, and we learn a little bit about their cars and their passion for cars.
One of the problems we have is the fact that these participants judge the other cars, so a lot of times they're not sitting around.
They're not there, they're gone. It's a good idea to have that happen. I remember years ago when they did ask people to, you know, other kinds of professionals to come in and judge the cars, and it's difficult when you don't know a lot about cars. So this is a lot fairer and a lot more fun, and they do it simply for the joy of being here. So that's a good reason why we show up every year as well. Well, we had to stop at Woe 66, didn't we?
Yeah.
What a beautiful vehicle. Who are you?
Jim Leahy.
Jim, great to see you again. Tell us a little bit about your car.
I bought it in 98, went right straight through it 5 years ago, painted, rebuilt the motor, new transmission, everything.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What was it in rough shape when you got it? Or?
No, it was good shape, but after 6 years of driving it, started to rust out. So I
went from one end to the other, Jim, huh?
Correct.
Did you do all the work yourself?
No.
Thank goodness for friends and people who know how to do things.
Well, I had the body shop, LaRock's Body Shop.
Oh, yeah.
They're the ones that did the body work.
They're not even in business anymore.
No.
Oh, my goodness. So what year is it? Tell me a little bit.
66.
Of course, that's why it says Woe 66.
Correct. It's got a 289 in it. It's automatic. It's got about 280 horse.
That's enough to get you from here to there.
Yes.
Where do you live, Jim?
Morrisonville.
Of course you do.
Outside of Cadieville. My address is Morrisonville.
Yep. Good place to be. Is this your only old car, or do you have others?
No, that's the only one.
Have you always liked this model? Or
yes, because I got out of service in '64. I bought a brand new one.
Did you really?
Yeah. A coupe.
I wonder where it is today. In a junkyard somewhere?
In the junkyard. The guy that bought it totaled it.
Oh, no! That breaks your heart, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you had this also repainted recently?
Oh, no, 5 years ago.
That's a beautiful paint job.
Yeah, it's Ferrari red, they call it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you keep it inside mostly in the winter, or what?
It don't see much rain either.
No kidding? Well, you don't have to worry about that today.
No.
It looks immaculate one way or the other.
Yeah. Thank you.
Maybe you'll win a little trophy today. You never know.
Nah. There's a lot nicer ones here.
You're here. You're very modest, but you got a great vehicle, Jim. Nice to talk to you.
Nice talking to you,
Have
Gordy.
a great day.
You too.
Oh, I love your Mustang.
Yes.
I wouldn't always say that to a stranger, but who are you?
Ginger Flint. And Everett Flint owns the car.
No, come on.
Yes.
Everett knows who I am.
Yes, he does. I think he does.
Is that Everett? Come on.
Yes, Everett.
From Moira.
From Moira.
My old stamping ground.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
And amazing and amazing. Where's Polly?
She should be here any minute.
She always says, Gordy, you never even recognize me when I walk by you. So this is a Moira car.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the Mustang. How old is it?
It's a 1994.
It is?
Yes, and my husband bought it brand new. And he's kept it up all these years. Takes care of it. We go to a lot of car shows.
Do you really enjoy it?
Oh, yes.
I cannot believe I stopped here on purpose. You didn't know who I was when I walked up.
I couldn't remember your name, but I knew who you were because I was watching you when you were over there.
We just went down to the high school reunion in Brushton there a couple of months ago.
Oh, yes.
We always have to go back and say hello to our friends. And I had a painting of the old Moira High School, and I gave it to the little museum there in Moira.
Oh, well, that was nice.
They've got a little schoolhouse in the museum there, you know.
Yes.
Well, I'll have to go back and say hi to Everett in a minute.
Oh, please do.
But thanks so much for stopping.
You're very welcome.
That's great. See you later.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, I want to...
There she is, right there.
Oh.
I enjoy reading your thing.
You're very kind. Ernie Davey, how are you?
Good, it's been a long time.
Oh, it's been a long time. I love you. I see Rod Sherman just walked by. Of course, we had to salute him, right?
That's right.
For so many years in the union.
That's right.
So tell us about your truck, Arnie.
Well, it's all original. It's a 1972 Cheyenne Super Sport. It came with factory air.
Did it really?
Yes. It's the original color, original seats. Basically, it's an original truck.
No kidding. You must have had it repainted, though, right?
It came from Virginia. I'm the second owner of the truck.
No kidding.
It was restored to factory original in Virginia prior to my ownership.
How did you find it on Craigslist or?
No, I have a friend who has an annual classic and antique car auction in Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, and I went to that auction as an observer and ended up as a purchaser.
Some of the best auctions in the world are in Pennsylvania if you want to see acres and acres and acres of wonderful old cars.
That's exactly right.
So you bought it at the auction?
Yes, I did.
Just as it looks?
Just exactly as it looks.
When?
In 2008.
So
I've owned it 2 years.
2 years? Do you drive it often or not?
Not really. I come to special events like this, but it's babied and kept in the garage and admired and waxed and polished and washed. And
isn't that beautiful to have a baby like this, huh?
It sure
that doesn't
is.
talk back to you.
That's right.
Hopefully starts when you crank it over. It's got a nice 350 in it, huh?
Yes, it does.
That was a big, tough engine.
It was, and it still is.
It runs real good?
It runs perfect.
I wonder how much restoration. Was the engine fully restored too, or redone? Or don't you know?
I believe it was. It has 91,000 original miles on it.
That's pretty good. Considering the age?
That's correct.
Oh, do you go to a lot of shows with it, huh?
No, I don't. This is my first show.
No, come on.
No, seriously.
This is it?
This is my maiden voyage.
Well, I love it.
I love it too.
Maybe you'll win something today.
Well, there are a lot of nice entries here, so I'm sure.
Well, it's a good area we live in. Nice of the weatherman to come up with a beautiful day today.
Isn't it great?
For this event?
It's certainly great.
So what are you doing with your spare time now that you're retired for the last, how many years?
Well, it's almost 15 years.
Is it really?
Yes,
so
time flies.
So what do you do for fun?
Well, I have another old truck that I'm playing with.
Oh, you do?
I have a 49 Chevy. I'm the second owner of that. But I also spend part of my winter in Florida, so I'm a little bit of a snowbird.
Why not? You don't mind coming back for weather like this, though.
Not a bit.
Right?
Not a bit. Miss the North Country.
Oh, yeah. It's a good place to live and work, honey. Great to see you again, my friend.
It's great seeing you.
Have yourself a wonderful day, will you?
Thank you. It's been a pleasure seeing you again.
You too.
There's a couple of junkyard dogs in there, too.
Yeah, Mr. John J. Wood, how are you?
Pretty good, sir.
Well, I bet you this is the only junkyard here at the Antique Car Show today.
I bet you it is, too.
I love it. What prompted you to do this?
It's been in my mind for about 15 years.
Come on.
I like model cars, and I just decided I'm going to do something different.
Now, you really have a junkyard dog in there somewhere?
2 of them.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
We all know that song, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
We may not be singing it today, but we know it.
There's one in the corner right here.
Oh, yeah.
There's one on the other side of that bus over there.
All cleaned up, and I see the other one over there, too. How long did it take you to put this together, John?
I put the whole thing together over last winter, but I've been building the cars for quite a while.
Have you really?
Yeah, a friend of mine gave me some of the cars in the middle there, too, to help me out a little bit. But I use them all, and I doctor them up the way I see them.
Isn't that great? So you've been making the cars for a long time?
Oh, yeah. I started when I was a kid building cars and that, but it's fun. Keeps me off the streets.
How about the truck itself? What year is that?
That's a 79. That's a daily driver. I drive it year-round.
Do you really?
Every day. Every day.
Well, that's good. You shined it up a little bit for today.
It just carries my junkyard around.
You got it so it slides right in.
Yeah.
Is that a 4x8 piece sheet of plywood?
4x8, 3/4 inch plywood. It's not going to break.
It's a good thing you had a full box in the back of your truck.
Oh, yeah. I have an inch and a half on the end left, that's all.
Oh, you do? John, where do you live?
Cumberland Head.
Well, it's a good. You didn't have to come very far today, then, right?
Not at all.
Just down the road a little bit.
Oh yeah. Well, everything is glued in here.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah. There's nothing gonna move. Every once in a while, a part will come loose a little bit, but I carry Gorilla Glue over there in the bag.
Oh, you've got to have that. You've got to have.
Oh, it's good.
My family laughs at me because of all the glues I have for various. You never know when you need them.
You glue it with that stuff, and it stays.
Oh, I see on the garage here it says John's Rods. That's pretty cool.
Rods, custom rods. Oh yeah, it's just something I thought of.
Something going on. So is this a work in progress or is it all finished?
It'll never be done.
Oh, you're not going to still work on it for a while, huh?
There's so many little things that I can do. If you've been in a junkyard, it changes a lot.
I spent half of my life in junkyards. I think I see a 39 Ford Coupe over there somewhere. And that was my first car that I ever built.
Really?
$40 in a junkyard off Little 11B outside of Malone.
You're not going to buy it for $40 anymore.
Oh, no, I don't know where it ended up. I went to college and my mother sold it. She thought I was going to get killed in it, so that was the end of that, John.
I think everybody thought somebody was going to get killed.
But here we are all these years later, right? What was your first car, do you know?
I bought it in Cheyenne, Wyoming when I was in the military, 49 Chevrolet for $45.
There you go.
I blew it up 3 days later.
It blew the $45 and the car.
Sold the car for $20.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Memories, right?
Oh, there's a lot of them in there.
Great memories. John, thanks so much for chatting with us. This is unique. I love it. Have a great day. Will you?
Oh, I have fun with it.
See ya. Okay. Mr. Howard Lamberton, how are you?
Good.
Howie. I love it. Now, I already know the history of this vehicle, but for people who don't know Cadillacs or don't know this car, tell me about the background.
Well, this car was bought by Leroy Minette, which was Minette's Furniture and More. He bought it in '76. And that was the first year that car came out with, that Cadillac came out with fuel injection. And you don't see too many of them because the people that ordered the fuel injections, seeing that it was the first year, there was a lot of problems.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So they got rid of them. So I was fortunate I got this one. And Leeward passed away in '79, and his wife Margaret, I don't think she drove it too much after that, but she always kept it registered. And she would bring it to a garage in Moore's Forks, Parrish's garage in Moore's Forks, and get it inspected, which is 3 miles up and 3 miles back. Then she put it back in the garage. That's my understanding.
That's what it would get. 3 miles each way, Calvin. Can you believe that?
So it's really actually sat for about 30 years. I mean, she took it out and drove it, but I don't believe that much.
Not nearly enough to keep everything lubricated and loose and to keep from drying up. And believe me, I had a 1980 Cadillac, Fleetwood Brougham, computerized in 1980, if you can believe it.
This one is a '76 computerized.
Yeah, and
I've had the computer rebuilt in it.
Oh, you have?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I remember you said you had to get a new motherboard or something for that thing.
Yeah, I had the computer rebuilt. I put a new rebuilt engine in it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I put all new sensors, new vacuum lines. She runs pretty good now.
Yeah, things can happen over the years. It didn't have that many. It didn't have that many actual miles on it, did it?
66.
66,000. Isn't that unbelievable? But you know, you can't put a car somewhere and not drive it in 30 years without having to do work. Did you have to put new brake lines in? Or?
Nothing.
No, brake lines were good?
Everything was good.
My brake lines and gas lines all rotted out just sitting out in the yard for a couple of years.
I put a new fuel pump on.
Oh, you did?
But gas lines, brake lines, everything was great in it. Yep.
I asked Howard if he broke any speed limits coming down here today. He said, nope, I was a good boy.
No, I was a good boy. Yeah. But you could, there's a 500 motor in there, so she's got a lot of power.
Oh, yeah, you can go wherever you want to go, even though it's very, very heavy.
Very heavy and very hard on gas. I just filled up, and I think I got maybe 11.5, 12 miles a gallon with it. No, you buy a car like that, you don't buy it for the mileage.
Oh, no, 11.5 and 12 is more than I ever expected you would get.
And that's babying it. I mean, if I was pushing it, I'd probably get about 8 or 9.
You know, that Fleetwood Brougham that I had from 1980 originally had the 468 engine in it. It was amazing, and once again, like fuel injection, it was not very dependable. So most people disabled it and went with the regular 8 cylinders.
I was considering going carburetor, but I wanted to keep it original, so I spent the money and got it going.
So here you go. You don't own any other old cars, do you?
No.
This is it.
This is it.
Well, Howie, it's great to talk to you. I'm so glad you made it with your Cadillac.
Thank you.
Today.
Thank you.
Have a great day, will you?
Thank you.
See you later. Oh, you're kidding. Hi, who are you?
My name is Ren Menard.
Ren, how are you?
Good.
I'm delighted. Where are you from?
Swanton, Vermont.
Did you come across on the ferry?
No, we
drove it all the way around?
Yeah.
I just wanted people to see your car, that's all.
That's why I got the car. I want to enjoy it. I want to drive it.
You know, there are quite a few people from your area over here today.
Yes, there is.
How many old car enthusiasts are there around Swanton?
A lot of them. There's a lot of them.
Do you have a club over there?
It's just, how they call it, classic cruisers.
Really?
Yeah, classic cruisers, yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's beautiful. Is this your only vehicle, or do you have other old ones?
We have a 48 Chevy truck down the line over there.
Oh, you do?
Plus I have a 65 Corvair at home.
Oh, come on.
Which I haven't driven yet.
You haven't? Are you restoring it now?
It's all done. It's been done for 2 years.
Come on.
I didn't want to register a fifth vehicle, so.
I can understand that. 65?
Yeah, 65 Corvair.
Did you do all the work or what?
All but the body work on it, yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, I did all the reupholstering and put the engine transmission back in it and all that good stuff. But,
well, what kind of experience did you have for all this stuff?
It's all...
Just did it?
Yeah.
Learn as you go?
I used to work in the used car a lot, as a mechanic, and you kind of pick up these kind of things. And the older cars, they're easy to work on compared to new ones.
Certainly are. Just look under the hood.
Exactly.
That's 63 Nova, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Look how much room there is.
Exactly.
And yet, you know, that engine will take you exactly where you want to go.
Yes,
right?
it will. Yes, it will.
So, how long have you owned this?
I've had this since 2002.
And what kind of, I'm asking everybody, what kind of shape was it in when you got it?
It was just like that when I bought it.
Come on.
I bought the shell. And I had a motor built by RPM in Georgia, and I had the transmission built by Mountain Metal Transmission in St. Albans, and I put it together myself.
Did you really?
Yeah, I bought the shell off a friend of mine that was hard up for some money at the time. Right place at the right time.
And it was in good, the shell was in good shape?
The shell is just the way it is today. Yeah.
There was no motor in it?
No motor, no transmission. It was a dead horse.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, no sir.
You can't call a Chevy Nova a horse anyway. There's too many Mustangs around here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So which vehicle do you like the best?
Oh, I like the 60s.
Do you?
Yeah, I like the 60s.
That was a good era. I think Calvin likes the 60s too when it comes to Chevys, right?
57.
Oh, 57.
Yeah.
Listen to him.
That's a little bit older than me in the 57s, but
do you do a lot of shows, right?
Oh yes.
Do you?
Yeah, we do just about all weekend. Last year we did, I think, 8 or 9 shows altogether.
Come on.
This year we've done. This is our 3rd one already.
Do you drive them all, or do you put them on flatbeds, or what?
Drive them.
This is it.
Drive them.
Well, this color red will command a lot of attention going down the road.
It does. Viper Red, they call it. 96 Viper Red.
And that 6-cylinder engine was all restored when you put it in?
6? I don't think it's a 6 anymore.
No, I know. It's not a 6 anymore. I was being facetious.
Yeah, no.
Because you left it on the side.
I didn't. The guy that built the car left it. I would have took it off, but...
How many horsepower in this?
The guy that built it for me says probably pushing between 330 and 340.
That would do it.
Yeah.
That would do it.
Just a small V8.
But you won't run the cops on the way home.
I try not to.
Good luck today, and thanks so much for talking with us.
Thank you very much.
You know, we walk by and I make people get out of their easy chairs and come up and chat. Who are you?
Tim O'Neill.
How are you?
From Morrisonville.
I know you're from Morrisonville.
Yeah.
What do you got here with you?
It's a 57 Chevy Bel Air. I bought it in '72. We spent the last 15 years restoring it, and we got it running last fall again.
How's it running now? Good?
Real good, yeah.
Is it
yeah.
really good?
Real good. It's not too good on gas, but if you don't drive it very far, it doesn't matter, you know?
What do you got for an engine in it?
It's a 406 small block Chevy.
That would do it?
Yeah, 485 horse.
I know, that would do it. Calvin likes the 57 Chevys.
Yeah. They're style all their own.
Did you paint it, or was it painted?
No, I had Brian McGinley in here on the Tom Hill Road painted it for me. He did all new metal on it. The frame was taken right off and gone all through, and it's been
kidding.
Every nut and bolt's been taken apart on it. So.
Well, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it that way.
Yeah, that's true.
This was a very special year, wasn't it? The Bel Air was quite a vehicle.
Yeah, it sure was.
Did you always want one, or did you?
Oh yeah. I had one once before when I turned 16. My second car was a 57, and
oh, was it really?
Yeah. It didn't quite hold up to, the 16 and 18-year-old type driving.
You weren't hard on it.
Well, we went through a few of them before we finally said, it's time to smarten up. But it's fun driving them again,
It must be. It must be. It's amazing how nice it looks inside of it. Do you spend time on it now, or do you go to shows? Or?
This is the third show it's been to this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just around here, or do you go?
Yeah, no, just around here. It takes too much gas to travel too far.
It does suck. You can hear it.
On a good day, if you drive it easy, you can get 8 miles to a gallon with it.
And if you happen to put the pedal to the metal,
then you
can hear that intake sucking wind.
Yeah. And the gauge goes down as the speedometer goes up on it, so you kind of go from gas station to gas station,
Yeah. Well, it's a great vehicle. Thanks for showing it.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. Take care.
And she said, "You got to talk to my husband. He's not here right now."
That's right.
But anyway, you can be a hero today when he's down the road.
Okay.
Who are you?
Sandy Hanna.
Sandy, where are you from?
Potsdam, New York.
What's wrong with Potsdam, New York? That's a good place to be from.
I know it is.
Have you lived there for a long time?
All my life.
No kidding.
Yeah.
We go camping right up the road at Coles Creek every summer.
You do? Yeah.
We love it there.
Yeah, it's nice up there.
So what year is this vehicle?
It's a 1966 Chevy Nova wagon.
Oh, I know. I had one of these, and we used to hold it together with baling twine and God knows all kinds of tape, and we kissed it when we dropped it off at a junkyard one time, and around 1990, I guess, somewhere.
Yeah.
But this one has been restored. Did your husband do the work on it or not?
He did some of it, but not all of it.
Really?
Yeah.
He bought it from somebody else?
He bought it from somebody else, yeah.
Partially done?
Partially done.
Well, it looks like an award winner to me.
I hope so.
You even brought pictures of it?
Yes, he did.
Did he take all the pictures?
No, another guy took the pictures. The guy that started restoring it, he took all the pictures.
Was this somebody your husband knew?
No. Wasn't anybody you knew.
Just wanted to buy a Chevy Nova wagon?
Just wanted to buy a Chevy Nova wagon. This is what he found.
Where, was it a long ways away from Potsdam?
I think it was in I can't remember. I think it was in Indiana, but I don't know.
Oh, come on!
I don't know. Where did he buy this car? Where? Maryland. I'm sorry.
There's
Maryland.
a small difference.
Yeah, that is a small difference.
So he found it on the internet or something, or you think, or?
I don't know. I think he saw it in a magazine.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
What is it, Henning magazine? I know the old car magazine.
I don't know.
So you've had it for a while.
We've had it for 3 years, almost 3 years.
Do you ever get a chance to drive it?
He won't let me.
Come on. No. You tell him I said let you get behind
I never drive it. I don't want to drive it.
Oh, you don't?
No.
It's more fun riding?
Did
you drive it up here from Potsdam today?
Yeah, we did.
Did you?
Yes. Yeah.
People look at you coming down the road?
They do, and they wave at us. And
they take pictures out the window and hope you don't go in the ditch. And it's a beautiful vehicle. Was it that color when you got it?
Yes, it was. It was that color when we got it.
No kidding.
Yeah. think the original color was blue, but
I think you're probably right. I think mine was black.
Was it?
As many vehicles were back in that day.
Yeah.
But you tell your husband it was your turn to shine in the spotlight.
Okay,
today.
see what he missed today?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Have a great day.
All right, thank you.
It's a beautiful day on June 19th. Wow, what a day, Jim, huh?
It is beautiful today, yeah.
Great. What's your last name?
Soche.
Are you live in Potsdam too?
No, we're from Norfolk. We're about...
That's even better!
10 miles away.
Norwood, Norfolk.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to pronounce Norfolk. I hear Norfolk and everything else except Norfolk.
Right.
The way it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Always lots of good stuff happening around Norwood, Norfolk.
Yep.
Including some good bluegrass music every now and again up in your neck of the woods, right?
Yep. I believe it's next weekend.
No kidding, coming up.
Yep.
Oh, I bet your Cookie will be up there then, our friend Cookie. So what do you got here, Jim?
This is a 1963 Chevy Biscayne.
Nice vehicle.
Thank you.
How long have you owned it?
This is my 3rd year. I've had it for 3 years.
And did you do all the work, or somebody before you, or how'd that work?
It was almost all done. I did the interior on it, and put new spark plug wires and new electronic ignition.
Really? You did?
I've had it.
Did you look for a car like this for a long time, or?
Nope, it just kind of caught my eye. I've had all kinds of cars, Mustangs, Camaros, Firebirds, and this car caught my eye.
Was it around your place or so?
No, as a matter of fact, I got it from the same place that
no kidding. And no wonder you knew it was Maryland. She thought it was out west somewhere. I think she said Nebraska, but I'm not sure. Indiana. So you did you see it in Henning's magazine, or where'd you see it?
I saw it on the internet.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
And you drove out to get it, or how did that work?
I just asked some questions about it, got some pictures, and said I wanted it, and they shipped it the next day.
No
right
kidding.
Down, just like that.
Just like that.
Yep.
And you've done some work. You said interior work.
Yep. Interior work and a little bit of engine work, but other than that, it's the way I bought it.
Did it run good when you got it, or not?
Yep. It had some electrical issues, but we took care of that.
Got that all done. You're happy you owned it. Is this your first show?
No, we came here last year.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
This is a good show. A lot of fun people from all over.
Yep. We like to come and look at the garage sales stuff and the flea markets and just relax.
It's great. It's a good day for everybody. Jim, it's nice to meet you. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No problem.
Have a great day.
You too.
See you later. Say hello to my friends in Norfolk. Here we are. Look at this little Roadrunner here. Is this yours?
Yes, it is.
And who are you?
Tom Silver.
Hi, Tom. And?
Anime Woods.
And Anime says, make Tom a star.
Make him a star, yes.
Kansas City Star, that's what I are. Remember that song? Tell me a little bit about your vehicle.
Well, I purchased this up in Maine about 1995, and it was in bad shape, and it had a big motor in it, automatic, and it's all come out. And what I've got in there now is all original out of my first Roadrunner.
Come on. Your first one was a 69
69,
also?
just like
Come
this
on.
one. Yep. And it rotted away. It was.
They do tend to do that.
Yes, when you run them in the salt.
Some of us do rot away, you know.
I wouldn't know.
But I had
you're just a child.
I've done a lot of work on this, and it's come out fairly good. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it turns heads, and that's what I like.
Well, that's good. A lot of it is original, inside original, right?
Pretty much, yeah. But everything's been replaced pretty much in this thing too.
No kidding.
Yes.
You just went through it little by little by little?
Oh, I kept stocking up on all the material, and then I had some guy do most of it. I did the seats myself.
You did?
Yeah.
Come on.
Ordered them, and I put them on myself. I don't think I want to do it again.
Are they rebuilt from originals, or
the
seats were?
Yeah. They're at the factory were like that.
It looks like they came right in the vehicle.
Yeah.
How about the top? Did you have to replace that?
Yeah, it's a new top too.
Oh, come on.
Lots of work.
A lot of vacations you can't take when you spend that money on a vehicle,
That's
you
right.
know.
New fender, and I put in.
Come on. New fender?
Yeah, new door, a new windshield, new hood, new quarters, new top, new trunk floor.
Jack up the bumpers and put another...
Oh, yes, new bumpers, too.
Oh, really? I was kidding. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So what kind of shape was the block in from your...
From my other car, it was in good shape.
It was?
Yes.
It was
yes.
a running engine?
Yeah, it had 128,000 miles on it, and then had my nephew rebuild it, and it's running good.
Rebuilt, so it's
yeah.
good?
Yeah.
Now, do you have other old cars, or is...
No, this is it. This is enough for now.
Do you really like it?
I love it.
Do you?
On a day like today.
Do you drive it?
No, I can barely touch it, but
Oh!
once in a while.
Oh, isn't that always the way? No, my husband won't let me drive it. Well, it's a great vehicle. Is this your first show with it or not?
No. I went to the fairgrounds.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was out there.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But when I was downstate, I used to bring it to the shows down there too.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, it's good. Yeah. It is a special kind of vehicle.
Yes, it is.
That was a very, very good year.
Yeah. It's the first year they made the Roadrunner convertible.
Absolutely.
So that's what makes it nice too.
Yeah, I don't think there's another one here today.
Not 69. There's 1970.
I noticed.
Yeah.
You're unique in many ways. Great to meet you, and thank you so much for coming here today.
Well, thank you.
See you later.
Okay.
Don Erlin, how are you?
Very good, very good.
It seems to me like you and I might have chatted before. I can't remember where you're from.
Tupper Lake.
Tupper Lake. Yeah. Mongie to Tupper Lake, as they say.
Yep.
What kind of a vehicle is this, and tell me all about it.
This is a 1988 Zimmer. It's built by the Zimmer Company in Pompano Beach, Florida. They were in existence from 1980 to 1988 when they went bankrupt.
No kidding.
They only made about 1,400 cars, and this one
Let's
I believe...
walk up, follow me up here a little bit.
This
you
one
only made 1,400.
1,400, and this is number 1335.
Oh, you got the right, they put a number on each
Oh,
one?
yes, they put a number right on the tag, right there.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
A remanufactured vehicle, because this is built on a Ford Mustang chassis.
You know, you told me that. We met you at another, what other show were you at? We met you at another show either here or somewhere.
Yep, I was here last year. I was here last year, yep.
It's a fascinating, come on up here a little bit. How did you find this thing?
I saw a couple of them on eBay, and I looked for quite a while, looked at different cars that looked like it with the pipes and things, and this one came along and I liked the color of it, and that's the reason I bought it. Most of these that I've seen are either white or black with tan, white with tan interior, and this one just caught my eye, silver inside and silver outside, and I bought it right off eBay.
What did you?
Yep.
You and a lot of other people have got cars here today.
Yep.
How
Came
long?
from California.
It did?
Yep.
So you bought it sight unseen, except for the pictures.
That's it. That's it.
And it was what you expected when it got here?
Oh, definitely was. Yeah.
Yeah. Were there a lot of miles on it, Don?
No, I've only got 53,000 on it.
Come on.
Yeah, they're original miles. The car's original. It's never been touched up, never been repainted, nothing.
No restoration or anything.
Nothing. No.
Well, it's not brand new. If it's an 88, it's 22 years old already.
Right. It doesn't get out much.
Really? Yeah, that's like me. I don't get around much anymore.
Right.
So is this your only old car, Don, or do you have?
No, I have 1979 Cadillac Seville Opera Coupe, which starts out as a 4-door.
Oh yes.
And is cut down to a 2-door, and then they stretch the front with the wheels.
Yep.
And then I've got a 77 Cadillac Seville 4-door with a stretched front.
Ooh, it's about a block and a half long, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I have a 76. It's a coupe. It's been cut down from a 4-door to a 2-door, but they cut the frame and everything, and it's got the wheelbase of like a Jeep.
Oh, no, come on.
Yeah.
Really short? That must be kind of an oddball looking thing.
It is. It turns awful fast.
Ooh, I bet it does.
This one turns very slow, and that one turns real fast.
You got to go almost to Tupper Lake just to turn around.
Yep.
You drove it down here today?
Yes. Yeah.
Is it smooth on the highway?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no problem with it at all. Goes right along.
I bet you it goes right along. It goes just as fast as you want to go.
That's right.
Because that's a nice size engine in there.
Yep.
So really, there weren't that many made this year.
It was around 1,400. That was from 1,400 between 1980 and 1988.
Do you know any other folks who own one of these?
No, I don't. I
haven't seen any others in northern New York. That's why this one caught my eye. And I knew we had talked to you
right.
a while ago.
I've seen there are a couple of them right now on eBay.
1988?
83s. You know, all different years.
I wonder how many 88s are around. I bet there's not another one in northern New York.
Probably not. Most of these cars are found in either California or Florida, where you have warmer weather. I mean,
you don't drive it in the snow.
I don't take this thing out until June, and I put it away in October.
I love it. That's the only thing to do, and that way it'll be around as long as you are.
That's right. Yep.
I want to thank you so much for being here with us. Very, very unique automobile.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Don. Good to meet you again.
Yes.
Well, guess what?
Yes.
You're going to be the last people we interview today.
Oh, me.
So it's not that we're the last hurrah, but...
No.
Who are you?
My name is Linda Basilier.
Hi.
Gary Basilier.
Good to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Now, do you know Jamie?
She's my nephew's wife.
Oh, I can't keep up with her.
No.
Nephew's wife.
Yes.
Jamie's a sweetheart.
Isn't she?
Known her for many years. Child care coordinating council here in the North Country. Where do you folks live?
Malone, New York.
Come on. No, you can't get my newspaper column in Malone, New York.
Well, it comes out in that Plattsburgh.
Comes by bus.
It's great to see you again. What did you bring with you?
It's a 37 Ford Coupe with a 350 Chevy engine. So it's a Ford with a Chevy engine.
Just think, when I was born on June 15th, 1937, somebody was going around town with a 37. But it didn't look like this, baby, I'll tell you that.
I knew he was going to say
We enjoy it a lot. It's a nice car.
I told Calvin and anybody who would listen earlier today that my first junkyard car was a 39 Ford Coupe Standard.
Oh, wow.
In a junkyard on Route 11B outside of Malone, because I lived in Moira in those days. Lawrence's,
Lawrence's.
It's been gone for a long time, hasn't it?
Well, his son has a place there, but it's not a junkyard.
I mean, this junkyard was
huge.
Acres and acres and acres, and I don't know why my brother Jim and I focused on this in that 39 Coupe. I suppose because I had $40 and that's what he wanted for it.
Probably.
But anyway.
For Easter vacation, one year I cut those cars up with a torch.
Oh, you're breaking my heart. Did you really?
My brother had a welding shop.
And
that would be Jamie's father.
Oh, God. We used to get there and he'd say, what do you need? A carburetor. Go get one. Bring it out. I'll tell you how much. $1, $2. Whatever you wanted, you went and took it off yourself and showed up at the shop.
Wayne Lawrence, he was a good fellow.
Isn't it? You know, I have forgotten the name. Wait till I call my brother Jim tonight and tell him. We spent a lot of time in our junkyard building old cars and more fun. So tell me about this vehicle. When did you get it?
About 6 years ago at a car show in Essex Junction, Vermont. It was there for sale.
They're big old car fans over there.
Oh,
a lot of people here from
That's a big show.
Yes.
All over.
Yeah, there's about 1,200 cars there, right?
At least.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's in the fall.
About 1,100 more than they got here
Just
today.
about. Just about.
So you went over there and saw it and fell in love with it.
Yeah, we had been looking for a long time, and we spotted this one, and we just couldn't not buy it.
Couldn't walk away from that.
What's so fascinating about this vehicle for you?
Just the way it looks. It doesn't look real to me.
It really doesn't look
No,
real.
it doesn't.
We can see where it came from.
Yeah.
We have no idea where it's going. So is it just like this when you bought it?
Exactly. The only changes I made were the wheels. I put Budnick wheels on it. Changed the valve covers, a couple of little things. That's about it.
But it was all completely done.
All ready to go. I had talked to many people about building one, and they told me it was going to take me many years. And
mucho dinero.
So they said you'd be driving one sooner if you buy one that's all finished.
Yeah, that's nice to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And generally, you can buy one for a lot less than it cost the guy to put it together.
Oh, I think so.
Usually.
I think so.
Yeah.
So you've had it for a while. You enjoyed driving. Did you
Very
drive it over
much
here?
so.
Yes.
Today?
Oh, yes.
Sure.
No trouble?
No.
Didn't drive off the end of the ferry?
No, we didn't use the ferry.
No,
we came in the back way right
yeah.
there. We're from Malone.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
You came
we
up
don't
that
have to,
way.
yeah.
I was thinking you said you bought it.
We bought it in Vermont,
No,
but we're from
no,
Malone.
yeah.
Do you live right in the village?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, we do. We love Malone.
Near the Malone Rec Park,
We got a
where they
great
have the car
spot.
show right near us.
You know Frank Fisher?
Oh, yes,
Very
Frank.
well.
Very well. We just saw Frank.
I have to drop a few names.
You do?
Because he and his wife are among our dearest
Oh,
friends.
you don't have to tell
He's been
us.
involved with the call fireman, volunteer fireman for the last 227 years in Malone.
Sure has.
Well, he's
yes.
quite a guy.
Well, we love your vehicle.
Well,
Is this
thank
is your
you
only
for-
old car?
Actually, we have an '86 Camaro
Well,
that we bought brand new.
that's way more modern.
So that's kind of new.
And motorcycles. We have motorcycles.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah, we have a 1939 Harley.
Come on.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, come on. Oh, is it restored?
Yes, it is.
Dear God, do you drive it? Do you?
Haven't recently, but I used to. Yes. Foot clutch.
You're making me.
Hand shift.
I
You're
know.
giving me short palpitations here.
It does when you look at it, too.
I had an old Indian from the 40s, which I wrecked 3 times, and I got home the last time with no skin on my legs. And my mother said, "Are we seeing a pattern here?"
Oh, my gosh.
that was the end of that.
That was it.
That was the end
She
of the
did.
motorcycle.
She did.
I love it. You guys are the best. You know that?
Oh, well, I'm so excited to talk to
Keep
you.
those Malone smiles going.
I'm going to have to start a scrapbook now. Doesn't just read that article.
You've gone way over the line.
No, I haven't.
It's great to see you guys.
Oh,
This
nice.
program's going to be on the internet, so you can tell your friends in Cucamonga. and
Cucamonga.
You
Westville.
might even get to see it in Burke. Who knows?
That's right, all those places.
there.
See you later, kids.
Yeah,
Have
nice
a great
talking
day.
to you.
Take care.
We've enjoyed it so far.
Well, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. All good things have to come to an end, and so it goes for the 12th Annual Great Adirondack Car Show, Craft Fair, and Giant Garage Sale at the Crate Center in Plattsburgh on the 19th of June, 2010. I want our viewers to know that this is the first, our little corner show in high definition. Calvin's got this great, neat camera with more buttons that I panic just when I look at it. But I hope you're enjoying the show, the sights, and the sound on this beautiful sunshiny day. It's been a pleasure being down here. Congratulations not only to the local chamber from this area, the Plattsburgh North Country Chamber of Commerce, but to all the people who came here to enjoy this show in one place or another, for all those people who brought their cars here and their trucks, their modified and original vehicles from, it seems like, all over the face of the North Country. It's such a kick for Calvin and me to go around and talk with these people, find out where they came from and why they're interested in these great old vehicles. Once again, that's the show for 2010. Thank you so much for your comments and your suggestions as always. Please send your generous contributions in any size check you can spare to Calvin Castine Hometown Cable on the Ridge Road in Champlain. And who knows where